Still y'all sharp type in TNN Trap News Network. You back in the same, like, cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Yes, that's TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. You know, G, you ain't finna get nobody's college G, big dog. Tap in with that, tap in. Make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good. Tap in with everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news team you can use anything. It's that knowledge though. You ain't finna get nobody's college G, big dog. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, and make sure you hit that good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. That knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with that, tap in. Make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good. Tap in. You feel me? Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that good subscribe button, man. Hit that notification bell. Hit all, say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Make sure y'all get into that music though. Man at the Garden Freestyle. Please don't touch my I Got a Body on it. Fairy Tales and Won't Forget. All that sound now along with Boogeyman. Tap in with that if you ain't tapped in with that. We need you to also, man. Make sure you get into that richtraphouse.com. Get into that merch store, man. richtraphouse.com. Get into that merch store if you ain't got into that merch store. richtraphouse.com, man. We finna slide back over to Vlad TV. Y'all know Vlad be tripping, man, so it's gonna be an audio only. But Rat Run Hunter asks Vlad as he's been pressured to speak positively about Big U. Let's get into it. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Wack 100.
What's up, Vlad? What's up, man?
I would say it's been a while, but you popped up with Reggie Wright Jr.
I dropped in on old Reg, man.
Right? And then we ran into each other in a historic moment for independent hip-hop media.
Yeah,
Me,
that was
you, Trap Lord Ross, Akademiks,
Adam. Yeah,
Adam.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I just happened to pull up.
Remo. Notice that the big faces of podcasting was there, and there was no pathetic fatso. He wasn't there. He wasn't allowed to be in the room. Goodness gracious. Crazy how when Adam had all the real ones there, FLAKKO wasn't allowed to be in the room. Crazy.
Pull up and you were there.
I was there. You know, I did an interview before, and he was like, Akademiks showed up. You want to stick around? I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do it.
That was iconic. To be able to be in that room and just really, because you're dealing with people.
Wack's a really little guy. Like, when I say really little, look how small he is. Like, he's so little. He's so small. It's like he just shops out of the children's section. He's a really little guy. Really little guy. Really little bitty guy. Little bitty guy.
You got 5 or 6 different personalities to where people see what happens when you don't agree, but you can still get the content. You know what I'm saying? You was the most laid back though.
Well, I felt like at the beginning part, I didn't have much to add. Yeah. I wasn't just going to talk for the sake of talking. Yeah. Like, this situation was a little outside of me and it involved you guys, but I felt like you went a little hard on Ross.
Who, on Ross?
Yeah, I feel like Ross, listen, you kind of went a little hard on him.
No, but that was by design.
Stall him out, Debo.
No, that was by design because you got to remember, like, when you get in certain situations, it's like, nobody's put Trap Lord in the box, right? Now, what I did do is I let my co-host know, hey, I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit on him. Because if I'd have just came out the blue and Adam's on the side, I'd be thinking, oh, how far is this going to go? I said, I'm going to turn the heat up on him. We're going to get the content. But he did good, though. He did good in the box.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he stood his ground.
And I'm going to tell you, the next person that tries him, because he survived that one.
You're a nobody. You're not pressure. Like, what do you mean? Trap Lord Ross, that wasn't real pressure. Please don't think that was real pressure. That wasn't real pressure. Wack's not pressure at all.
He in trouble. He did good. Trap Lord did good.
He survived it, huh?
He definitely survived it. Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, I think this got brought up when I was on an Akademiks show last week, and I was like, well, Wack, you kind of have to just stand your ground with him to kind of earn his respect. And then everything's cool after that. But that first part is a little rocky. You know, I went through it. Took about 10 years.
You know I'm catching heat, being Adam catching heat.
For what?
They saying you on payroll, bro. They saying that you are possibly one of the ones who knows better to speak on Big U. And I said, no, I just think they have a mutual friendship, and Vlad really doesn't involve himself in conversations that he hasn't really researched and he doesn't know about. He sits back, he hears it. I said, I know Vlad, he'll go back and look into what was said, and if something's not right, next time y'all in front of each other, he gonna ask you the question. I said, but with that, one thing I can respect is that however they stand, Vlad is letting it stay that way. So I can respect that. But they swear you being pressured not to say nothing.
Pressure by who?
I don't know. They say, I don't know, bro.
I haven't talked to anybody. But my thing is, like, if we have a good relationship, I'm not going to switch up just because something happened to you. It's like, we have a good relationship. That's where we left it.
I had to get on Akademiks the other day about that. I said, bro, you acting kind of weird with me. You paint narratives and saying weird things.
Nah, Akademiks is sick of you lying. Akademiks is sick of you flu-flamming. Akademiks is sick of you, skullduggan and larcening. You feel me?
I said, but when your situation was going on, I stood with you and gave you a lane that had a little light. I said, so I called him. I said, I want to know why you saying the things you saying. He said, well, when 6ix9ine had his situation with the feds, they came to him to get a video. He said they went to Adam to get a document. I said, well, you guys got things that they want. So what would make you think that they would come to me? I don't have videos or documents. I said, and they did this after what? After they were incarcerated? Yeah, I said, you really think while they were...
Akademiks is quietly trying to figure out how to expose Rat as a snitch.
Running their investigation 2 years ago when he mentioned my name, that they're going to come to me and run the risk of me figuring out is something bigger going on. I said, bro, you got to think about it. It's one thing if he would have been plotting to assassinate me or something like that. He just simply said, I want to whoop his ass.
That's it.
That's it. Like, you know what I mean? If somebody, and I had to remind him, the last time that happened, when I got a call about Jay Prince, I exposed it. And I told...
You snitched. When Jay Prince was on your head, you went to the internet with it and you told everybody about it so you could stay safe.
Them people, which I haven't, me and Jay Prince, we do our back and forth on the internet, but he's never threatened me. I don't feel threatened by him. I don't think he feels threatened by me. He says his piece, I says my piece, and then we go on about it. So everything doesn't have to be goddamn World War III around here.
All right, man, that's that. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free Avenue Angel until he's free. We are gone.